Thank you for coming and watching another episode of Crafted. I've got my super co-host Skipper right here, and then we've got Mr. Whip filling in for the Rico stand tonight. I don't think you can get a better guy to fill in for Rico stand than the
Oh,
Whipster.
you can get lint out of your pocket that stands in better than me.
The only thing that
Well,
would make it better is if he overflowed that tank behind him.
Yeah, I'm watching it in the screen. People are giving me crap about it because it happens almost every time I'm either in the stream or on a stream.
yeah, that's one thing that I do with my dad that we enjoy doing together is he operates the sink and I operate the hose and I clean the tanks and feed them and stuff while I'm walking around in the fish room. And then he's in the kitchen and then we just chat for a couple hours. It's pretty fun. It's always a good time every week to be able to fill tanks with my dad. I got to do that tomorrow. We neglected last week because he was in St. Louis and we've been running like crazy. So today I went to my doctor and it turns out that I don't have colon cancer. So it's important to get checked for colonoscopies.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good news. That's really, really good news, I gotta say.
Yeah, because you don't want stuff breaking on your tailpipe.
Nope,
Bad news.
that's not a
So,
good thing.
yeah. So I was happy. That was good news today. And then I took my dad out for a day of guy shopping. And we went around and I went to a place called Ross. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but check this out. This is kind of craftsy, 24 different types of paints for $8. I mean, that's a great deal. They're only half the size of the ones that I normally buy, but the ones I normally buy are $1 each. So that's pretty cool. So if you guys are into crafts, they actually have some crafts at Ross. I went through their pet aisle, but it was mostly just dog toys. I didn't even see cat toys in it. So not much on their fish side on that. But then I went to my local fish store and I bought my dad 2 Pandagara. And you wouldn't believe how they are already cleaning up his tank. It's only been like 5 or 6 hours, and they've already cleaned off a section of their glass by this much. I did not realize that Pandagaras were such, good cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had them whipped?
I don't usually get fish that small. I got one tank that I might give them a shot. Where are they from? Are they like Indonesian, African? Where does the goods come from?
I was guessing that they were probably from the Asian area. There's 2 different types. So there's like one that has more of a yellow stripe and one that has more of the light spots.
So you got your Pandagara, then you also have your doctor
Pandagara.
fish too. They're pretty much the same thing. I think that they are. The doctor fish they use like in some spas where they'll clean the dead skin off of your feet. Yeah.
Oh, but is that what they use for that?
Yeah, I've seen that being used, but they have another fish that they do that with. But the doctor fish, they're good cleanup crew. They're like more of a grayish black color, where the Pandagaras are the yellow and black, if I remember correctly. I haven't, but they're now at the yes, Gara Rufa. Thank you, Night Owl. Oh, we need to do something first.
Yes.
Say hello.
Yeah, I'm gonna go at the participants list.
Awesome.
We got Craig's Catfish Cave, Adam McReynolds, Blackfire Aquatics, Dennis Christensen, Dee Dee's Fin Den, Fish Fam Link, Flatbed Cowboy 1, Gina's Reef, Kalish, Lady Rorschach, Larry D's here, Linda Worth, Melissa Jeswell, Monsterfish Gal, Nathan Have, Night Owl Aquatics, Oink Master Supreme. Say it, you better say hello.
Not
S-
I haven't seen her.
SC Cat House, Catahoula's, Select Pet, Shady Grady, Silver Creek's Wildlife, Sunny G, Stephen P, Uncle Smiley, Sound Pitch Black, and the Xana Doodoo.
Awesome. And you can see some of us Saturday night on my channel because Xana Doodoo, I don't know. His real life name is Mark, and he's a great guy. He likes to be a dungeon master for when the other dungeon masters are sick or away at work, and they have been very healthy, which is a good thing, and at home. So he hasn't had an adventure for a couple of months. So we're going to do it on Skipper and I and Rico. We rotate the Saturday show, and Rico doesn't feel good. So we're going to do a Dungeons and Dragons on my show, but it's going to be an X-Do takeover. So these other two guys might even be there. I don't know. But do you guys remember when I made this sponge filter hide?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tonight I painted that. We're going to try to do the same type of paint, and I'm going to show you how I did it to this and to this rock for aquarium safe. And was there any other questions or anything?
Not yet. I haven't seen any anyway.
Oh, hold on.
Just a lot of hellos.
Thank you, Sean Chadwick, for the $3 super sticker.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Sean. You're so awesome. You're amazing. Thank you so much, guys.
No question though, right? Just a hey, not a sticker.
It's a sticker, but I can't. Well, wait a minute. I might be able to.
You know,
Sorry,
it's the pair of fist bumping.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you, sir. So what we're doing is we're going to paint this that I made last week. This is going to be the stone that goes in the corner. That's going to be the column that's going to support this fountain. And the hoses in the fountain are all going to be behind this thing. And I'm going to put a lot of plants on the sides. Probably, I don't know what, maybe swords or something. But the hose goes through the back and then comes out through the front and the side of the teeth. So it's going to come out 3 ways and out there. And so I'm going to paint it all so it looks like this guy. And so this guy's going to be in the fish tank too in front of the sponge filter. And then this is going to be in there. So I want it to all match. So what I'm using is called Dry Lock, which is fish tank safe. The thing is, though, is Dry Lock is a concrete paint. You use it for maybe a pond or a pool or somewhere in your basement that might, gets wet and things like that. But it pretty much, this is the smallest container you can get, and it's pretty expensive. You can ask the people at Lowe's or I got mine at Lowe's. So I don't know where else they sell it. But they probably sell it at Home Depot and stuff. And I do see it in 5-gallon buckets also. It comes bigger size, much bigger sizes for doing large areas. But I got them to do a light gray so they can do a dye of a few different colors there. So I went with a super light gray. And then I brought 2 of these up. I've got like 4 of these concrete dyes, which are safe. And you just drop a couple drips in with that. And I made all these colors like 9 months ago. And I just put them in these jars. And like this is I don't know where it says. Oh, it says terracotta, and this says buff. I don't know. So that's these 2 colors. And then I've got a gray, and I think I have maybe a tan downstairs also. And by me mixing colors, I've come up with, and you can't paint with this. This is just a couple drips. I mean, this thing, I've used it, and I'll probably never use hardly any of it because it just takes a little bit in the white to make it look, different shades. So the trick to how I make the things look like stone is the first coat is going to be the darkest color I have, and we're going to do that. And before it completely dries, we're going to start adding the other colors over it, and what'll happen is it'll slowly blend. So I'm going to just do this so you guys can see what I'm doing.
Do you want to make yourself big and me and Whips small, please?
Oh, yeah, that makes so much sense. I bought two more
While you're
mice.
doing that, there's a couple people that came in that I seen with Sketty Nonia, the Zen Ginger,
Nice.
Aqua Balls,
Yes, then.
Jeff Gaines here at Empire of Dirt Aquatics. Oh man, there's some other people that came in. Skull Aquatics, Hagen Hill Design.
I've had a black skull forever that I want to paint up for Skull because he needs to have a skull, one of the skulls that I make in his house.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. That's okay. So I'm just gonna basically give it a nice coat. And I really want to get this one down in the crevices and stuff because this is going to make all the shadows and the depth in this piece by getting it really in there and deep. Because when I go over with the other colors, I'm not going to press as hard to get it in there. So that way it's just going to go right over the indentures, and the indentures will stay shadowed and dark. I mean, it's kind of a technique. I've been doing this. I've been painting models for years, and I learned how to do this with painting lots of mountains and terrains, and then I started doing like houses, like sheds, that have like woodwork, and I learned how to get the first coat nice and dark, and then it's all about touch on how thick you're going to go with the other colors. And it really just shows the textures and everything.
Select Pet sent you a $5 super sticker. It's the Fox painting #1 on a canvas.
Thank you, John. That's awesome. And you remember last week when I talked about Corey? What is Corey doing in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Well, Corey at the co-op finally said on his show this week. I watch things late at night when I'm just going to bed and stuff. But he is moving his warehouse.
Yep.
From Washington to, I think he said, like the Lexington area of Kentucky. Because he said 75% of all his business is on the East Coast. And he'll just save a ton of money on shipping and stuff.
Does that mean he's moving?
No.
No, he's
the
keeping
warehouse.
his store. Yeah, but he was really gracious to his employees. He did shipping or severance packages if they couldn't move, but he also let them move. And I mean, I know where they live in Washington. It's just one of the prettiest places in the world. But Kentucky's not bad, and the cost of living is probably half.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean,
and he paid for them to move.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Or a portion of it anyway.
That's cool.
Yeah. The coolest move I ever got to be involved with, because my dad originally got transferred from St. Louis to Kansas City. And that's why I became such a big Kansas City fan, because I grew up, that was when I was like 4, and I didn't notice that one at all. because I was so young. But then he transferred back to St. Louis, and that was one of the funnest ones ever because the government was going to put us up in a house until our house was built. And so a lot of people at their work like rented houses near where they were building their houses and stuff. Well, my mom rented a condo downtown St. Louis that had a balcony that overlooked the arch and the fairgrounds there. Man, that was a fun summer. We got to do that for about 3 months, like live like the Jeffersons, It was neat.
Up in the high rise in the sky.
Yeah.
I've seen the reruns.
It was cool. I mean, and that was back when we had the really good fireworks shows and stuff in St. Louis. I don't think they go out like they used to. That fair isn't nearly as big. It was called the VP Fair, and they had to change the name because VP meant Veil Profit, and then people were saying, "Ooh, that kind of sounds like the Klan or something." I don't know what it was, but a lot of people thought it was kind of creepy sounding. Oh, speaking of creepy, if you guys see Matt, tell me because I had a dream about him last night, and I want to tell him the dream I had. Because it was a creepy dream.
He was in one of the last streams I was in.
Foxy's? He was in Foxy's.
Yeah.
I hope Matt shows up because I want to tell him about the dream. But he actually woke up. It was such a creepy dream. Okay, so that's that one so far. I mean, that just looks 100 times better than the white. But while we do that, we're going to paint this while this dries. Ooh, I don't want to. I'll do it over here. It fell. Keeps falling.
Matt's here. He just never talked. He's lurking.
So is Matt listening right now?
He is.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, we're going to take just a 2-minute break for a creepy dream I had. I dreamt that I was like in the park where they have this big path that you can walk on here in my town. And this guy told me that he was kidnapping me. And I'm like, what? And I looked at him and it was the guy from that Jigsaw movies. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he says, I'm going to kidnap you and torture you. And I'm like, how are you going to pick me up and put me in your van? I'm way too big. And then he said, get in the van. And I looked in the van and Matt was in the van. I went, oh my God, Matt. So I went over there and knocked on the door and he opened it. And I was like, Matt, you got to get out of here. And he says he got me in Iowa and he's just driving across the country getting people. And I said, dude, you got to get out of here because he's going to kill you. And he's like, I know. And I said, if you get out, I'll take you to the aquarium and I'll take you to my favorite place to eat. And then I'll drive you back home. But then like all these kids were in the van too that were kidnapped and they were like, take us. And I was like, I'm not a creeper. I'm not taking kids out of the van. But I was trying to get Matt out and then I woke up. But that was so creepy having somebody try to kidnap you. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell Matt that he was in my dream. But he was really, like, didn't want to make Jigsaw mad. Okay, so back to fish. And it would be fun, Matt. If you ever come, I'll take you to the Tennessee Aquarium. Oh, I even told the kids that I can only take Matt because I could only take one person to the aquarium. And then it'd be creepy to take them out of a van. But I guess they're already being kidnapped. No, we're not even going to go there.
Where's your water line at, Whip?
I'm keeping an eye on it. I got a few more minutes here. But thank you.
I don't see it under the trim, so I was a little worried there for a
Yeah,
second.
it's like a 3/4 of an inch once you get past the rim.
I got to stop at the rim on my 55 because of the African butterfly fish, so you can
Oh
see 'em.
yeah, that's like
Are you
having a
proud that
turnip.
Are you proud of me that I didn't let him kidnap me?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's solid reasoning too. You can't kidnap me. I'm far too big.
Yeah. That guy has cancer and he's skinny.
Matt says Ed is psychic. He dreamed about me kidnapping him.
No, I was going to be kidnapped with you.
Oh,
Or were you? Maybe Matt was in the van keeping control of the kids while Jigsaw was out getting more people.
well, actually, the kids would have been the weapon to get Ed because it would have scared him.
Yeah, right.
That was probably the deterrent,
Yeah.
I'm not getting
the
in there.
ultimate deterrent. I don't want to get into a van with a bunch of kids. My worst nightmare.
Whoa.
And I don't know where that guy lives, if he lives in New York City or what, but I'm not driving all the way to New York City in a van of kids that I don't know.
My camera just did something crazy on screen.
My camera?
Mine. And it showed up on your channel. Wow, that's crazy. But I had a question for you about what you're doing.
Yes.
Did you say how you was going to secure it to that?
I'm going to just glue it down.
To the okay.
Weren't you
Panda
gonna do
Guard is
something
even-
crazy like somehow attach it to the rim of the tank and have it spitting water back into the tank?
That's what I was going to do. I was going to take a specimen container and destroy a specimen container and have the hoses go through the specimen container and out. And I was like, you know what? I think I could hide the hoses by just making this rock wall. You know, I mean, all this stuff is carved out of rock anyway. Or those pandagoras even eat the biofilm on the top of the fish tank I read today.
Oink Master has an FYI.
Yes,
For
ma'am.
anyone who doesn't know, John Kramer is the name of the main Jigsaw killer in the Saw movies.
I was not aware of that. Of course, I'm a big puss when it comes to scary movies, and I don't watch them.
Oh, I love them.
Those ones are kind of creepy. Well, okay, I don't care for slasher movies, and those are pretty gross, but they have kind of a storyline to them. You know, it's not just a crazy person running around killing teenage kids. You know, they do all that trapping and stuff. So it's like I can't watch them all at once, but every so often they're kind of worth watching.
So there's a question. Gina's Reef wants to know what type of movies do you watch? You watch Disney movies, don't you?
No.
No, Whip.
Oh, Whip?
Yes.
I like stuff that blows up, or if it has
Dude.
boobs.
So his Christmas movie is Die Hard.
Right. I've only seen that movie about 1,000 times.
Right.
Yes, it's a great movie. Well, I watched that Monkey Man, and I think it may have been made over in India. I don't know if it's actually an American movie, but man, I enjoyed it. It was so bizarre because Bollywood. Have you ever heard of Bollywood? Either one of you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay, Bollywood always puts a spin on all their movies that makes things really weird. And this guy, he's like John Wick in it, all over the place. And then all of a sudden, through the side door, you know, because I thought it was going to be a crazy 88 scene from, you know, Kill Bill, because they're in the bar and all these guys are in black suits with white tie, you know, about to fight him. And he's like this between them all. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of how would I don't know how to. I guess they would be trans monk Hindu warriors come busting through the door and defend him. It was so weird. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But boy, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. The only thing, my big beef though is the dude took his, because he's a pit fighter that in the pit fighters would all wear masks there, I guess, so you don't see who they are because it's illegal. Well, he took his monkey mask that was like black and he dipped it in bleach and made it look real creepy and blonde. He put it on, walks to the place where he's going to start John Wicking it, and takes it off and drops it on the ground and then starts fighting. And I'm like,
That's dumb.
He
It'd been
worked
better.
for 20 seconds, maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah, that don't make any sense.
I know. But still, and I don't want to give too much away, but it's a fun movie. I like lots of action. Did either one of you guys see Bullet Train?
Yep,
With Brad Pitt last year?
I liked it.
I think
It
so.
was a lot of fun. It was a lot of action in that one too.
I'm not sure.
That was really good. Have you ever seen Nobody? I can't think of who that guy is. But
That's the guy from Breaking Bad. God dang, what is his name? Bob.
Isn't he a comedian?
Yes, Bob something.
Okay, yeah, he's also like, is he the voice? No, he's not the voice of Batman. Lego Batman. That's the guy married to Amy Perlman.
He's the guy from Breaking Bad, and then he had his own show called Better Call Saul. Saul Goodman. If you watch Breaking Bad at all.
No, I never got into that show.
Well, this one had Christopher Lloyd in it as his father. I don't know. But it wasn't the bald guy from Breaking Bad.
No, not the old man. No, it's Bryan Cranston is the main character of Cat House, but no, the guy Saul Goodman is the guy he's talking about. The lawyer guy.
I can see him being a lawyer, but yeah, man, that's one of my favorite shows of just lately. And then I saw that America. Oh gosh, we're not even on this. And then I saw the America Civil War show, and it almost reminded me of Cloverfield, the original Cloverfield, because I really didn't know what was going on, but it was entertaining.
Well, I don't recall any of them.
Bob Odenkirk.
It's the number one movie for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I was afraid it was going to be some type of political movie, but it wasn't. It was just a entertaining what if movie, you know. Now this is what happens with this paint that I'm using is like concrete, so it's super abrasive and it just tears the ends of these things to shreds. So I'm going to have to use another one to keep going because oh gosh, I'm almost done though. I hate that. I'm going to just use a paintbrush and hope
I couldn't do Cloverfield. I did it. I just only saw it the one time though, because that camera, holy Christ.
Yeah, did you see the Cloverfield with John Goodman in it? That was pretty good.
Is that different than the monster movie?
It's almost all in a bunker with the monsters outside.
Oh yeah, no, that's not the one I saw. The one I saw, they've got the comedian that's no longer in movies so much anymore. I'm terrible with names.
Oh, Eddie Murphy.
No. He's a big white dude. He's
Oh.
in the Deadpool movies as the bartender.
Oh, TJ something.
Yeah, him. He's the cameraman through most of that movie, or I think through the whole Cloverfield movie. And Jesus Christ, being the father of the year that I am, I took Miles. Not only did I take him when he was like 6 to Starship Troopers, but I took him to that when he was about, I don't even know, 10. And
My Uncle Bruce.
he walked out of there
watching
going, my head hurt so freaking bad.
Speaking of Doc, or not, anyway, sorry. I was going to say Dr. Bruce because Doc Anthony showed up, but
He did not. Where is he?
Doc
I don't see
Ant?
it.
yeah, he said it looks like a turd. He's being rude.
Looks like a turd.
But
He needs to be banned for at least a minute.
no.
Yeah, they may not allow him back in Peru by saying things like that.
Right?
But I'd say we need to say hello to Uncle Bruce. I forgot to do that when we said hellos.
Well, my Uncle Bruce, he took me to shows that I shouldn't have went to. I was too young for it. He took me to Hamburger Hill and Full Metal Jacket. And those are pretty exciting.
Yep. TJ Miller, Steven got it. I don't know if anybody else got that. There he is.
He got a raw, that TJ guy got a raw deal. He had a gal that did one of those, said that she was harassed by him, and it turned out that they went to court and it wasn't what she said or something, but he lost a lot of movie deals because of that deal.
Yeah, he did.
Hey,
They said he wasn't going to be in any more of those Deadpools, and it was luckily that Ryan Reynolds let him back.
Mm-hmm.
But they said they weren't going to have him back anymore because of that.
Mm.
But then he came back on the second one, so that was good.
Did you know that Dr. Anthony was out your way, your old stomping grounds?
Oh, he was in St. Louis? Oh my gosh. And my mom and dad were in St. Louis this weekend.
What's the name of that club that's out there?
Mesa.
Yeah.
It's the Missouri.
The MASI. Massa.
Yeah.
Massa. Massa. I got to get
It's
back.
in the terrible. The first club I know how to say it.
It looks like with Ed and now Sketty, I'm not alone with my poor choices in movies for my very young children. Ed
Oh
was
my
going
gosh,
to see
well-
war movies, and
Yeah.
Sketty said she went to see the Orchard Hunter, Orchard.
Yes,
Well,
yes, Gina's Reef. He was there. The meeting was last week, I think, and or the week
Yeah.
before. Last week.
Normally they're Thursdays. They normally have it on Thursday night. I don't know if maybe he did a special or something. If it was on the weekend.
Oh, they had an all day Saturday talk with with like 6 speakers, and Dr. Awesome was one of them. I got to go back and rewatch that. I caught the beginning, and then I got taken away from my phone.
He had to compete with 5 other guys. How did he get a word in edgewise? He's so shy.
Oh my, yeah, I know, right? He
So I mean, it already looks pretty good just as a dark gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Now,
gotta paint the back, but we can only do half at a we can only do half at a time, and that's not going to be as big of a deal. Put that up there. Now we're bringing in this one, and I'm going to just try to pull some of this excess out.
Now, does that dry lighter color? Yeah, I saw it. I don't.
Not really. It's pretty much what you see. Because you're basically painting concrete, it's real gritty. So now we want to go over it with the brightest color I've got, and then what we'll do is we're going to constantly just be muddling it down. I mean, you can just see how it's gritty. It's like little sandy or something.
It's a good thing Rico wasn't here. He would be gagging right now.
Oh,
Well,
that was
yeah,
plastic.
eat it.
That was a plastic one.
He wouldn't have known any different.
Yeah, he probably would. I would have this though. If he started gagging. Poor Rico.
Oh man, poor feller.
So just putting a little bit on my brush, and I'm just going to go over it here and there. I'm not going to do anything too much.
Now, you got to let that cure for quite a while before you put that in, right?
Well, I'll probably let it cure for a week or so. But you want to get this project done. Oh gosh, I love how this looks. This looks so good.
Because someone mentioned in chat, it takes about 2 weeks for drywall to cure.
Well, then maybe I'll wait 2 weeks.
Did you see what Oiki just said? They're re-releasing Alien. Is it Alien? Alien.
I knew that they were making another one, but I didn't know they were re-releasing, or if it was going to be part of the series, or
it's the first one, the very first one, the 1979 Alien. They're re-releasing it for its 45th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
Rich T said we at the Massa had a weekend family aquarium days with a swap, talks on Saturday, and an auction on Sunday. Saturday talks are on the Massa YouTube page, so if you want to see them, go there and learn something.
Well, my buddy Jeremy, he'll send me links because you can watch their meetings live.
Mm-hmm.
Rich, if you've got the link,
he can't do
let
it.
me know it, and I'll try to figure out how to make you a
I will get it.
But you can, instead of watching Craft Ed, you can watch that instead. Jeremy tries to get me to watch every week or every month, and it's like, Jeremy, I'm doing my thing, but I appreciate it.
Oinky, is that the next version of whatever they've been doing lately?
So just look at how
Romulus.
That looks amazing already.
Oh wow, yeah, that nicely done.
And that's just one coat. So I made it thick on one side and hardly any on the other. So that way, when I put the brown on, it's going to just really complement each other. So now I'm putting this one up. Oh no, we got the. Oh, that one's still got to dry for a while. Let's just keep going with this rock, and finish the rock up.
So Romulus is going to be a throwback to the original. So I know I'm just reading chat here.
I don't even know why I started looking for that. I forgot there's other mods. Select
you got Zenny and Monster Fish Gale. They'll get it before you even think twice.
Zenny's taking a nap right now.
It may not be easy. I need to.
Easy. You just go to their YouTube channel that Lori has up there, or you can go watch Dr. A's talk, where John's link.
Awesome.
Oh yeah,
I need to do that.
Put it up there too.
In Zenny's defense, she's doing her nails.
Well, I mean, that's pretty cool too.
At 10:10,
she's crafting on her fingers. Now I figured. See, I pay attention. Oh, Gina. Hey, listen, you got some crafters in the audience. You got Gina and Zenny doing her nails. They're jealous.
Awesome, gals.
Well, I think at least for Gina, it's only 9:10, but for Zenny, no, you're Texas. It's 9:10 there too.
Yeah, she's just below her.
Yeah.
Central Time Zone, people.
Yeah. Where I'm moving is Central Time. Where Ed is, it's Eastern, and we're only like 50 minutes apart. 50 minutes to an hour.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, and it's in line. It's not like he's further east. He's below me.
It goes by county. The line isn't straight in Tennessee. It goes by county. So my mom's best friend Sylvia lives on the other side of the mountain north of us, and she's on Central Time. So she's always messing up going to church and going to quilting meetings because her times are always off.
Damn it!
Yeah, that's right,
Happened
Stephen.
again.
When Whip visits Ed, he'll be time traveling into the future.
Yep. Or the past.
Oh my
depending
gosh,
on which
guys.
way I'm going, right?
So just look at this. That thing looks freaking awesome, like a rock.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Hey, do you think if it probably cost me $10,000, but see this right here?
Hang on, let me blow you up. Where's my
This
mouse?
is they boxed in the post that's in a basement, the round posts that keep the the floor from caving in.
Mm-hmm.
I want to turn this
mine.
into something that looks like a tree. See, that was the plan here. I was scratching it to make it like barky, and then I was going to paint it, but I never did. So
Okay,
you can come over
plaster.
and do that for me right there.
You know what I'd do is I'd probably take. How big is it? Is it 4x4?
You don't.
And maybe 5x5.
You got to find something that's round and cut it in half, and then put it on there, and then we cover it with plaster.
5.5 by 5.5.
Sketty Noni says glue cork bark on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that would take a lot of cork bark.
Well, but we could like, I was thinking the black storm drain, that you put in the yard.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah, for like a drain tile or whatever.
it's all bumpy. Yeah, it's all bumpy. What we do is take a really rough sandpaper. We'll scruff it all up, so it's got a lot of tooth, like a lot of grip. It's not shiny and smooth. We scruff it all up, and then it's already split. We try to see if it's big enough to go around, and then we just slather it with plaster, and then we'll take some wood, like some bark, and then we push the bark in it, and it gives it a reverse, imprint.
That sounds
But
like
it'll still look like bark.
That's a lot of work. But it's
really
better
cheap.
than I mean, what did that cost you, right? That little chunk right there, Ed? That was probably $10 worth of clay, right?
This was $6 for the clay. It's a pound of clay, and probably $2 in paint. But we couldn't do it in clay because we got to oven bake it.
Oh yes, there'd be sections. That would suck.
And that
So,
but no, I'm saying plaster.
You got a membership milestone member for 20 months from Oink Master Supreme Forever.
20 months? That's awesome.
For everybody, have you ever had a canister disaster? Nope, because I have not set one up yet, but I need to.
Now, a disaster? I have had a few. The worst disaster.
A canister disaster.
My worst canister disaster. Things always happen when you leave town.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and my Fluval, are they like 570s or 750s? They got some number there, the black ones. I had one of those on it, and the seal popped. I didn't realize you're supposed to put a little bit of Vaseline or something on the rubber seals every time you clean them. I didn't know that. And they'll crack and break. And it pumped all the water out of the tank all over my office. And when I got home, because I was on a UAW business trip, so I was gone for like 5 days in Cincinnati. When I came home, it smelled like somebody had taken a carp and left it in my kitchen. And that's literally what I thought when I walked in. I was like, somebody throw a dead fish in my house to be funny, And it was all my Africans dead because it sucked all their water out all over the floor. I had black mold. Oh, man. It was gross. Okay,
Yeah.
so now I'm using just a little bit of the lightest, just a hair. We're just gonna, just enough to dry brush it around, just to give it a little more texture. Oh, we lost Skipper. Let me make me bigger.
He pushed
And
buttons.
then we want whip in here. How do I do that? This? Whoops, no. Let me do this again. Darn it. Well, maybe you can't do it with just two people.
What were you trying to do?
Just minimize you to make my screen bigger.
I think you can, because I did it with Rico.
You made Rico little?
I did.
Poor Rico. Speaking of which, Whip, are you having your super cool show on Friday mornings?
I am not. So we can make that announcement right now.
No.
I have to work, so I will not be available tomorrow morning. He's in. Check your green room. He should be back.
Oh, that's right.
There
we
he
go.
is.
Now let's see if I can do this.
Yeah.
See? I don't know. I couldn't get it to work with just Whip. So I really love how this white works. I just dry brushed it here and there. But you see, it just adds a whole nother level of texture.
Right.
So this is going to go on dry. And let's see if this thing has a lot of wet spots because it had lots of indentures and stuff. I wish I would have painted this one first. You know what? Let me turn on the ceiling fans. Maybe that'll help dry stuff up in here. How are we doing on time? Oh gosh, okay, we got 13 minutes. Hopefully I can at least get one color on here. And I'm going to have to be on a show with somebody tomorrow to be able to finish it. Because we don't have Skipper's show after this.
No, you got to work tomorrow too?
Yeah. I don't have a Friday off for at least 4 weeks.
Oof.
Actually, June.
You get paid extra for that, or is that just a standard wage?
I got rotating days off.
Can you switch with another guy? Like, let's say your buddy Mark has to have last Friday off because his daughter is getting married in Syracuse. And can you say, okay, I'll work this Saturday or this Friday, and you work my Friday next week?
Well, you could trade days, but no, I ain't doing that.
Oh.
Because then if somebody does it for you, you're going to have to expect they're going to want it to happen for them sometime, and it'll probably end up being a time that you need off anyway. So I'm not doing that. If I can't get the day, I just ain't doing it.
My sister's a X-ray tech, and she's a part-time one. They beg her to be a full-timer, but she just doesn't want to do it full-time. So basically what she does is she does her 2 days, and then whenever a girl doesn't want to work, they can ask my sister to work for her, and then she'll work 3 days or 4 days a week if she wants. Or she could work 40 hours, but my niece is a nanny on Mondays and Tuesdays, so she tries to always have those 2 days off so she can pick her up and take her, back and forth because she's only 15 right now. She's the one that keeps winning all those weightlifting competitions.
Man.
She just won one where they also gave her the trophy for best form. So she won her age bracket for the girl with the best reps or whatever. I don't know how it works. And then for best form. And there's like some guy that's like an Olympic type coach from Knoxville. He said that he was going to give her a program to do to really get good. And I have no idea if he did that or not. But he doesn't charge kids to train them. He just like tries to help them out.
Mm.
He probably has kids of his own. I don't know. One of my friends, he does that in St. Louis. He's been training girls to throw the hammer and the shot put for years, and boys. But he's managed to get 2 girls to go to the Olympics. He just had one go in Japan or whatever that was.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. I got a super cool painting from him too somewhere. Okay,
Adele
well,
stopped
I'm
in.
gonna.
Hi, Adele.
Hi, Adele. Or good day.
Good
That was
night.
terrible. I'm sorry. She's like, oh,
Freaking
why does
Americans.
this guy try to be cool? He's no Aussie.
If he says something about a dingo eating the baby, I'm going away.
Oh, great. Or that's not a knife.
That's not a knife.
It's a knife.
Oh, let's see. Can you guys see? So now I'm just gonna put a little bit of this bright red clay, the terracotta one here and there, and then we'll do it with the others. And I think it's gonna come out pretty cool. The only bummer is you're limited on just a few colors, basically reds to browns, my only colors. And I guess ash.
Hey, we got a compliment in chat.
Uh-oh.
We're a bunch of
Good
blokes.
job, chat.
We're a bunch of blokes.
Blokes.
Good day, blokes on panel.
Who was that? Was that an American or was that a real live
That was a
Australian?
real life Australian.
That was
Mr. Dell.
one of them Aussie people from down under.
I need to get back on target. Dan and I were talking about trying to get the light up in my craft room again. I'm going to be doing a lot of work in the basement in the next week. And
don't remind me.
Well, I want to be able to get back in there, and then I can start finishing my painting things. Like I had a G.I. Joe in there that I forgot all about that I had made. I just couldn't paint it because I don't have enough light. So I haven't been on Pam's show for a long time because I do mostly painting on her show. I haven't been able to be up there with Dr. Black and Bob and Pam on her show. I do my best work when I'm able to talk to people.
Listen, I like to throw a little redneck into the Aussie accent, okay?
Right.
That's funny.
Mike B. I see he's changed his name.
Scotty, no and no. He did not get the lights fixed, and he did not get the internet working.
I don't think he's ever going to get the lights fixed.
No, he ain't going.
Well, my brother-in-law, he's the master electrician, and he's back in Canada. He's been in Canada almost half the year so far, most of the year, and he's supposed to be building a house here because he's building a house here. So he's been like super hard to get a hold of. But we were talking about that today. We were like, maybe we can get him to come over because he likes to come over after he's been building all day and kind of chill out and eat with us. My dad's like, maybe we'll trick him and we'll take the thing apart. And when he comes, we'll show him because the wires are different colors than the old-fashioned light. The old-fashioned whatever those gas, what were the gas ones called? The not halogen, fluorescent. The fluorescent lights are different than these LDT
LED.
You were right there, man.
You got to change the
was.
ballast. You got to change the ballast on them.
Yeah, so what we thought we would do is ask him, and then he'll probably just do it because the guy doesn't mind working. And what we'll do is we'll have him do it we'll take the one out in the bathroom because that one still has lights in there because I got all the lights on over the mirror. So we can figure out how to pull it apart that way. And then we'll light up that little craft room because that's the only light in there other than fish tank lights.
Listen, you'll know that you did something wrong when you get put on your butt. Okay.
Yep. Or you're walking around like what just happened?
Both my dad and I have pacemakers. I don't think we need to be adding electricity.
Probably shouldn't be playing with electricity then. Did you happen to see what?
So this is just the first coat. See how it just makes the stuff pop?
Yep, that's awesome. Kalish is asking, hey Ed, did you say you miss painting your dolls?
Yeah,
yes. I made a really cool one. Zartan's daughter.
He didn't take the bait.
He did not take the bait. He's not going there.
It was awesome.
They are not dolls. They're action figures.
Well, I don't play with mine, so I don't care what you call them. They go on the shelf and I stare at them and they're like, oh, that's cool.
What?
They're more
Wasn't
like
that
little
from a
statues.
movie? Wasn't that from
I'm
a
sure.
movie? They're not dolls. They're action figures.
I would guess.
Hell, that could have been Toy Story for all I know.
Good bet.
Not a doll. I'm an action figure.
Yeah, that sounds like something that Woody or Buzz would say.
Boy, Coro, you could take that comment anyway. That's funny.
No, I have to suck up my pride every time I go into the toy section.
You want to buy a Cabbage Patch doll?
No. But there's this little kid, and his mom said, "Do you have enough for 2 toys?" And he says, "Because I'm 5." And I was thinking, I'm 50 and I'm shopping for toys. I looked, though. The kid was getting toys I didn't want.
I think you're right, Jenny. I think it was Spaceballs.
Origin of the quote.
I wonder who Scuba's talking about, who his favorite YouTuber is. Has to be Whip.
What's that?
Whip's pretty awesome.
He says, my favorite YouTuber. I said, has to be Whip.
You're right.
Melvin's here.
Hey, Mel.
Well, there was a question in chat about the Sculpey. What temperature and how long?
Okay. This is what I do. I go 275, and it's supposed to be 10 minutes for every half inch. I go 15 minutes, basically, for every half inch, and sometimes I'll go 20. Because I want to make sure I look at it, and when I start to see it starting to turn a little brown, light brown, that's when I know it's completely cooked. You know, because if you pull them out right away on the time that they say, it's going to stay nice and hard, but I don't know if it's completely cooked through. So I always overdo it.
How do you know if he's giving you the right information? Because he may not want you to make stuff. He wants you to buy it from him.
Oh, yeah, because I sell so much of my stuff.
Just like that Etsy page he's going to get set up last year.
Yeah, I know. Well, that I was hoping my sister would help me with, and she's always busy too.
I'm starting to see a trend here.
How's she always doing? I need help. I need a lot of help in my life.
You always need help when everybody's busy.
Yeah, that's my family. But I'm good for being in the right time when they need me.
To start
somebody has a flat tire, They know they can call Uncle Ed to show up.
I'm busy.
I like to be a hero.
Be like, I will do this. Well, you go and do the job and then tell them, hey, now I need your help. And they say they're busy. You go to their house and take the valve stem out of the tire. Uncle Ed, I got a flat tire again. Start walking. I'm busy.
Oh
Holy
my gosh, my niece, last time she was going to drive to all the girls, they stopped by our house to just say hi, and maybe mom had something to give to Margot because they were going to visit Margot, my oldest niece, who's married now. And their car smelled like it was about to catch on fire, and it was the brake pad was locked up right under. It was the tire. I mean, it was bright red. It was about to go up, and I'm like, you can't drive this to West Virginia. I mean, you got another 6 hours, and that's right under the gas tank. So we had it sit there, and I said, just take mom's car. And my mom's like, oh, you're the one who gave up my car. But she doesn't drive it much. Very seldomly. She drives it like twice a month.
It's 10:30.
Oh, gosh. Okay, well, let me show you what I've got so far.
Looking
I'm going to
good.
still do a little bit more coke, but you can really see. I'm gonna just blow just this up. I hope you guys don't mind.
Oh, while you're doing that, I got to thank chat for not mentioning NFL draft.
Yes.
You brought it up.
I know I did that on purpose.
He needs to end it so he can get to bed.
You're evil.
But let me put everybody up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I give people the courage to do something like this. Hopefully, this is gonna need a couple more, coats to kind of make it look more like this. Or even like this, because this is the final product, what it looks like. So you can see I'm halfway through, but you can really see where I'm going with it.
I think it looks cool like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. You always say, should I just stop so I don't screw up? But if you add a little more, sometimes it really comes out neater. Thank you guys so much, Skipper and Whip. I almost said Rico. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Rico, you're awesome.
You are awesome, Rico.
And feel better. And all my mods, especially Oinky, thank you. So I better not say things like that because my mods might stop being mods. Thank you all my mods for being amazing mods. And thank you everybody for being members. And I really appreciate also the super chats. So we will catch you on Saturday on this channel, but it's going to be an X2 takeover at 8 o'clock. Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know who's going to be playing with us. Hopefully Cora. And we'll catch y'all. Oops. I got to find my mouse so I can get to my thing. We'll catch you all next week.
And Scuba Steve, no, I'm not going next.
And yeah, both these poor guys have to work tomorrow. So we'll catch y'all on the flip side. Oh, did you guys want to say anything special or anything?
No, I just saw that Gina said she might do another pop-up today. That's all I said.
Oh, awesome. Okay, well, we're out and go check out. Look for Gina. I'm going to be watching the draft with my dad.